printed circuit board, thinner than a sheet of paper, has repeatedly caused hundreds of millions of dollars in losses, often due to a single microscopic flaw measured in micrometers. Although a PCB may appear deceptively simple, creating one requires extraordinary precision. Digital design data must be transformed through a highly controlled chain of processes, beginning with file preparation and raw material treatment, followed by the formation of circuit traces using light and chemical reactions. Drilling, plating, inspection, and surface finishing follow. Even the slightest deviation at any stage can determine whether a circuit board performs reliably for decades or fails within seconds. In this video, we go behind the scenes to reveal how this unassuming component is truly made. Support Manatech Explorer by hitting the like button, leaving a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribing to the channel. Printed circuit boards, or PCBs, were first developed during World War II, but their true expansion began with the rise of personal computers, mobile phones, and the internet. Today, nearly every electronic device, from smartphones to satellites, cannot function without a PCB at its core. The scale of this industry far exceeds common perception. Global PCB revenues now surpass $80 billion annually, with trillions of circuit boards manufactured continuously around the world. This makes PCBs the beating heart of the modern technology economy. According to current projections, the global PCB market could double in value within the next decade. What makes this industry especially remarkable is that, despite operating at immense industrial scale, PCB manufacturing demands near absolute precision. This paradox is what makes PCBs one of the most demanding and high-risk sectors in modern industrial manufacturing. Each printed circuit board is almost always a one-of-a-kind design. PCBs are not off-the-shelf products ready for immediate use. They are engineered for a specific function and a specific device. For this reason, the manufacturing process always begins with the customer's design data, most commonly provided as Gerber files. At this stage, the factory's responsibility is to translate digital information into precise manufacturing instructions for its machines. Engineers carefully verify file completeness, layer alignment, and any special production requirements. In reality, more than 30% of submitted design data contains issues that must be clarified or corrected before production can begin. If an error occurs at this point, it will propagate throughout the entire production line, potentially producing a circuit board that appears flawless yet is fundamentally incorrect. This is why this step is considered the foundation and the decisive checkpoint of the entire PCB manufacturing process. Once the design data is finalized, production moves to the first physical material, the copper-clad laminate. This material forms the structural backbone of the circuit board, consisting of a rigid insulating core, most commonly fiberglass reinforced with resin, laminated with a thin layer of copper that will later be shaped into circuit traces. The specific laminate is selected based on the intended application, including requirements for heat resistance, mechanical strength, and the operating environment of the final product. These base materials are initially produced in large sheets, which are then fed into automated cutting systems and precisely sized into production panels. After cutting, rough edges are polished and smoothed, while the copper surface is thoroughly cleaned. Any remaining dust, oil residue, or poor surface adhesion can easily lead to defects during the subsequent circuit imaging process. The panels are then transferred to the drilling workshop, where registration holes and component mounting holes are created according to the design data. Automated drilling machines read the digital files and drill hundreds to thousands of holes in each panel with extremely high precision. Preparing the board for component assembly and electrical interconnection requires extreme precision during high-speed drilling. To maintain accuracy and control heat, support layers, such as aluminum sheets, wood fiber boards, or melamine panels, are placed above and below each panel, depending on the product requirements. Drilling may be performed on individual panels or multiple stacked panels, with several drill heads operating in parallel. Each drill bit is carefully monitored for its usage life, and once it reaches its limit, it is automatically replaced, then remeasured for diameter and positional deviation before returning to operation. After drilling, automated hole measurement systems inspect size and cleanliness, followed by X-ray verification to ensure perfect hole alignment. At this stage, however, the holes are still not electrically conductive. Yet this step lays the essential groundwork for the PCB's final function. The boards must undergo a through-hole copper plating process. However, the inner walls of the drilled holes are made of insulating material, so copper cannot adhere directly. First, the panels pass through a series of chemical cleaning baths to remove drilling debris and epoxy residue completely. Next, the boards enter an activation bath, where an ultra-thin layer of palladium is deposited along the inner walls of each hole. This layer acts as a catalytic seed, enabling the subsequent electrolytic copper deposition. The panels are then immersed in an electrolysis copper bath, forming a continuous, thin copper layer across the surface and along the entire walls, establishing the initial electrical pathways. At the end of this stage, copper coverage is evaluated using backlight inspection to verify continuity and density inside the holes, ensuring the board is fully prepared for the next electroplating process. Once ready, the circuit boards are transferred into a yellow light clean room, where the copper surface is thoroughly cleaned and coated with photosensitive material. A dry film is applied using an automated lamination system, preparing the boards for circuit pattern imaging. Next, the panels are precisely aligned using CCD camera systems and vacuum sealed to ensure perfect contact between the film and copper surface. They are then exposed to ultraviolet light for several seconds to tens of seconds. The exposed areas undergo polymerization according to the exact circuit pattern, while unexposed regions remain unchanged. For high-density products, this step may use laser direct imaging, which writes the circuit pattern directly onto the photoresist without a physical photomask. After exposure, the boards are washed in an alkaline solution to remove unpolymerized film, revealing the circuit traces on the copper surface. Once the circuit image is fully developed, the boards undergo rapid inspection before moving to the plating and etching stage, where the actual copper traces are formed. The copper that must remain is carefully protected while all unwanted material is removed. First, copper is deposited across the entire surface using electroplating, increasing the thickness to approximately 20 micrometers to ensure stable and reliable electrical conductivity. Next, a thin tin layer, about 1 to 3 micrometers thick, is plated onto the copper to serve as a temporary protective mask. After the photosensitive film is stripped away, the boards pass through a chemical etching bath, where the etchant removes all exposed copper while the circuit traces remain shielded beneath the tin layer. Once etching is complete, the tin layer is chemically stripped away, revealing the copper traces exactly as defined in the original design. The boards then move into automated optical inspection, AOI, where industrial cameras and specialized comparison software scanned the entire PCB surface, matching it precisely against the approved design data. Automated optical inspection, AOI, can rapidly detect common defects such as open circuits, short circuits, missing or excess copper, incorrect trace geometry, and even microscopic surface flaws. Its greatest advantage lies in speed and consistency. While human inspectors can experience eye fatigue, machines do not. Any circuit boards with critical defects are immediately removed from the production line, saving time and repair costs while preventing faulty boards from progressing further downstream. Once the copper traces are fully completed, the circuit board is coated with a solder mask to provide electrical insulation and protect the copper surface from oxidation, short circuits, and mechanical abrasion. First, the PCB undergoes mechanical or chemical cleaning inside a positive pressure clean room to create the proper surface roughness and adhesion. The solder mask is then applied across the entire panel using screen printing or spray coating, followed by a preliminary drying step to stabilize the coating. The board is precisely aligned using CCD cameras or laser direct imaging systems, then exposed to LED or laser energy to cure the solder mask in protected areas. Finally, the PCB undergoes full heat curing, ensuring durability and reliability. The solder mask provides the PCB with the necessary mechanical strength and electrical insulation. By the way, have you ever wondered why most PCBs are coated in green? If you know the reason, leave a comment below. Once the solder mask is fully applied, the circuit board moves into the legend printing stage. This process uses design data extracted from Gerber files. In mass production, screen printing is widely used for its speed and consistency. Ink is pressed through a finely aligned mesh stencil that precisely matches the board layout, ensuring solder pads and drilled holes remain unobstructed. After printing, the boards undergo visual inspection to detect misaligned or poorly adhered ink, then enter a curing oven where heat hardens the markings, making them durable and clearly legible throughout assembly. For small runs or prototypes, some factories use direct inkjet printing, depositing ink directly onto the board and curing it with ultraviolet light. In the surface finishing stage, one of the most widely used methods is ENIG electroless nickel immersion gold, chosen for its reliability, though it comes at a higher cost. Non-essential copper areas are often masked with protective tape to prevent excessive gold deposition. The circuit boards then pass through a series of chemical processing baths. First, a thin electrolytic nickel layer, approximately 3 to 6 micrometers thick, is deposited to improve adhesion, mechanical strength, and durability. Next, an ultra-thin immersion gold layer, with a minimum thickness of 0.05 micrometers, is applied through an immersion process. This gold layer protects the nickel surface and provides a stable, reliable soldering interface. As a result, the PCB surface achieves excellent flatness, strong solderability, and extended shelf life. However, ENIG also has notable drawbacks, including a more complex process flow and significantly higher production costs. Finally, the circuit boards are transferred to CNC routing machines, where they are separated from the large production panel and cut into their final shapes. The milling head follows pre-programmed paths to form the board's outer profile and any required internal features. The routing process uses cutting bits of varying sizes, typically ranging from approximately 0.063 to 0.079 inches in diameter, depending on the precision requirements of the product. During machining, dust and debris are continuously extracted to prevent contamination or damage to the circuit traces. In addition to CNC routing, simpler designs produced in high volumes may use V-scoring, also known as V-cutting, to create predefined break lines, allowing individual circuit boards to be separated quickly and cost-effectively during later stages. At this point, the boards enter one of the most critical stages of the entire process: electrical testing. For small batches or high-density PCBs, factories often use flying probe test systems, which read data directly from the design files and move multiple probe tips sequentially across the board, contacting each pad to inject signals and measure responses. In high-volume production, some manufacturers instead rely on bed-of-nails fixtures for rapid, simultaneous testing. These fixtures allow all test points to be contacted simultaneously, significantly reducing test time. After passing electrical testing, the circuit boards move into the final inspection stage, where every detail is scrutinized before shipment. At this stage, 100% of PCBs are inspected for both functional integrity and visual quality, directly compared against the original design data and IPC industry standards. The process begins with automated visual inspection, using camera-based systems to detect deviations in shape, surface condition, or drilled hole dimensions. Technicians then perform a final manual check to ensure even the most subtle defects are caught. For certain production lots, sample PCBs are sent to independent laboratories for in-depth analysis of copper thickness, surface finishes, and long-term reliability. Once all requirements are met, the boards are thoroughly rinsed with deionized water, dried, vacuum-sealed, labeled, and prepared for shipment, ready to begin their journey to the customer. Printed circuit boards are the foundation of the modern electronics world. A properly manufactured PCB does more than allow a device to function. It determines its reliability, safety, durability, and overall lifespan. If you enjoyed this journey inside the world of PCBs, support Mana Tech Explorer by hitting the like button, leaving a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribing to the channel. That way, you won't miss future stories about technology, manufacturing, and the unseen systems that quietly power the modern world every single day.